Welcome to Reseller Recap, where we talk all things reselling across multiple platforms. Join us for real-life discussions on how we crush the elusive work-life balance. Grab a coffee and join us now.
I think that they showed how much they care about sellers, unfortunately, because in the things that really matter, it was like compliance. Oh, that's in the back corner with the people we don't care about, with no chairs and the angry.
Yeah, they didn't have chairs.
And no power supply to even like turn on their computers to even look at our account.
That's how much they cared about compliance, which we were all there for compliance. Get real.
Right.
You put three people in the corner who were angry, who shouldn't be talking to people. That's how much Walmart cares. I'm on one with these people because I don't know who the F they're talking to like, oh, this is what we need, but it's not the right people. You know, they have like some programs where you can talk to them and tell them what's happening from the seller side. And that was also something that super irritated me, is like, you're not actually talking to real sellers. So what you're hearing is just BS-ery about how you're so amazing when you're not clearly amazing. So I walked away like ready to gash tires out, like super upset.
Set it all on fire. Yeah.
Super upset because we have friends who can't afford to recall all their product at Amazon or at Walmart. Yeah. You know, we have friends who are looking at bankruptcy because in one day, Walmart decided to pull the rug out from everybody. So I feel like their sellers deserve more answers, more respect, and all they care about is shareholders and competing with Amazon, and they've missed
the mark.
And missed the mark. Yeah. And I waited, oh my God, it was like 45 minutes at the end of the night to talk to compliance.
Yeah.
And they finally got them tables and power supplies and stuff. And I like try to lighten the mood with her. I'm like, I know you're probably getting so many questions, like, ha ha ha. And she was just like, I can't even do it. She was like,
oh,
okay, so how can I help you?
Yeah. Like, oh. I had the same person. Yeah, I was like, wow. Well, that's why I started asking you questions. And Diana's with me, and then she starts arguing with me. Remember, she was like,
yeah.
I was like, hey, how are we supposed to get these documents if we sell things that are like Walmart exclusives? And she's like, you can't buy things from Walmart and sell it on our platform. And I'm like,
oh, almost every person I talked to acted like they were so shocked that was a thing. Like they were like, wait, what?
You under a rock? Like a rock? You guys are.
Well, number one, there's like no training. So everybody you talk to has such a different response.
Yes.
And really, it's like you're speaking two different languages.
Yes.
And no matter what you say, they act so confused by it. And we're not saying anything crazy. I mean, we've been selling on Amazon. We're using Amazon terms. But because you lack training, you can have some people to tell you like you're getting kicked off the platform, or you can have some like, that's amazing, I want to do this. And no consistency.
Yes.
I think this is going to be I think Q3, Q4, their numbers are going to go down. Like with all this stuff that we rolled out, people have just mass exited Walmart and gone back over to Amazon, or they're dialing way back because why? Like, why would you put your money out there and put your trust in them because that's even all their messaging is like, let's grow together. Let's build trust.
Yeah.
Let's do these things.
Let's not.
Can I? Yeah.
There are 15 people that I've counted in this group that I'm in on Facebook that have been selling for 15, 20 years on Amazon. And then they came over to Walmart and they're like, I'm done. Like December 31st, I'm out of the game. And like, if that's not alarming to these platforms, like, I don't know what else can be, because these aren't just like little sellers. Like these are, multi-million-dollar sellers who are like, I'm done. And I can't be mad about it, because it's like, again, you're pulling the rug under people with no warning. Like, mind you, we were at Emily's event when we all got the email that they were going to be getting rid of like beauty and pet and stuff. And it said soon. So we're like, everybody's like, all right, we'll deal with this when we get back home, whatever. And literally the next morning we wake up and just somebody happened to see something on Facebook that was like, check your catalog. And it was just like, you're just scrolling through errors. And it's like, this wasn't even 12 hours. Like,
yeah.
where was the warning? So I don't know. It's this Q3 and this Q4 are definitely going to be very interesting on both platforms, I think, but more so, I think Walmart, you're right. I think that they're going to lose a lot of money because it's too uncertain. Like it's yes, to some degree, reselling has always been a little bit of a risk, but I feel like in a way it was an educated risk. We have these softwares and these tools that give you like, okay, this is going to make you about this much, but you're not going to lose money, But now it's like, yeah, this might make me about this much, but then if I have to recall it, or even with the scammy customers, like if they're just going to use it and return it or whatever, like you're losing money. And I think people are just resellers are just tired, so they're going to have to step it up big time.
I feel like Amazon has become easier. I don't want to say easier, but like they're also leveling out, on some of the extreme things they did.
Yeah.
And it's much more approachable. And Walmart has always been really uncertain, to your point.
Yeah.
But we're making so much money and the ROI is great. So we're like, oh, we'll just put up with it. And now we turn this corner where it's not worth it. I'll tell you this. I talked to somebody not only from the seller side, but from like as sellers, there's so much we were frustrated with, but like people who are trying to create resources for other sellers, they had a conversation with Walmart where they told them like some really cool things that were happening. And so they went on TikTok or wherever and said like, hey, don't worry, this is happening soon. Some good, like nothing crazy. And Walmart reached out to them and were like, if you don't take this down in 24 hours, we're going to sue you. And I just feel like, what is happening over there? Like what are you saying to us that requires that sort of response? And when you tell us something good as like creators and educators, we want to let people know who are struggling. Mm-hmm. And you went into so many sessions, even the general session. I had a listening session that had these big, like, you're not allowed to repeat anything you hear and see here. And it just feels very controlling. And I'm kind of like, what did you say here that was necessary? Nothing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You said, oh, here's this. We're going to update this. This is on the doc for next year. Like, it just felt very controlling. They're trying to control the narrative. And you do see people on social media who are like doing the rah, like, oh, Walmart's great. F those people. Like you should never feel like you have to support a $1 billion company who's ruining economies and small businesses. If you feel like they need your pat on the back, what? Yeah. Small energy, right? So I want the truth. I want to be able to tell what I'm hearing and seeing without legal messaging. Maybe like take that down. Otherwise, we're going to sue you. So Walmart is not only bending over sellers, but their content creators. They're like, oh, you said this without, I don't even know what it is. And they're actively coming after the power of Walmart, small content creators who are just trying to put out some good and not just rah. Is I do not support these people. I would not let them watch my dog, watch my house. I hope raccoons have babies in all of their cars. They run out of their medication. I only wish the worst for these people because they're billionaires screwing over small sellers. Yeah. I mean, I hope karma finds them quickly.
What it is? They care about the bottom line and the numbers because that's what, and like you said, they were fluffing their shareholders at that general session. And when their numbers, whatever, you've had 16 quarters of growth, you're about to have 2 to 3 where you're going to see some tanking, because not only are we sellers, we are shoppers at your store, and you have not just like lost money from us bringing it in as sellers, but you've lost customers too. Like many people have said, if this is what you'll do to my business, I don't even want to buy from your store anymore. Guess what? You're not the only big box out there. You're not the only one. There's plenty other ones out there that we can shop from. And I'm willing to pay an extra $1 or $2 to not support you anymore. That's how strongly, people are feeling about it. So
they're going to see that. So come quarter 1, that's when they'll be able to look back on their year and all the books should be closed, and they're going to see that money's gone, and then they're going to start backpedaling and ask me how I know. Why do you think Amazon is leveling out? Because Amazon had the same things happen to them. People were fed up and everybody left Amazon and went to Walmart. And then they're like, whoa. So but it's like, why do we even have to go through this? That was the reason why people came to Walmart, because they weren't Amazon.
Yeah.
Because like all of those things, like, yeah, a little bit, it was the wild, wild west, but at the same time, the wild, wild west wasn't a great thing either. There were like definitely negatives to that. So it's like, I understand you want to like reel in the platform. Great, by all means, but why does it have to be at our expense?
Right.
And at least if it's going to be like an issue, give us some time to like work it out, communicate. Like,
well, they keep always saying like things when they change something, they're like, oh, it's industry standard. It's industry standard. So I said to them, I go, guess what? Amazon's industry standard, if that's who is setting the industry, okay? They've been around the longest, longest out of everybody. That is the industry standard. When it comes to compliance, one person can submit that documentation for that product and it's done. Why are you making every single seller on that item submit that paperwork? And why are you having a third party look at it that's actually not even looking at it? Because she said they're opening the documents and if they look the same, they're denying it. And I said, well, not like there's not testing documents for a lot of products. There's only like the CPC. So you can't require both these documents on everything because they don't exist.
Like not testing on children's clothes. Tell me what that looks like.
I know it's like flame retardant or something, but it's like if it's a brand, but I mean, it's like it's a whole brand. They're not going to do it by size. You know what I mean? They're not
going to pajamas though. Like the flame retardant thing, that's pajamas. So like regular clothes, like what is that? What
like on a pair of shorts? You want me to put them on and run around the yard and film it and then send it to you?
Yeah. Does this meet your requirements?
What do you think Culver's is testing out their shorts? Like, what planet are you? Like, I have nothing good to say about these people. Nothing.
Yeah. And then the person that I talked to. Oh, go ahead, Joe.
Oh, I was going to say, like, if you restrict a category too, Amazon says you have 30 or 60 days to sell through this before this is going to be closed. Not, hey, this is going to close soon. Hey, less than 12 hours later, it's gone. So now you have to put all this back and like just zero warning. I mean, it just feels like smacks in the face, punches, just
like everybody that I talked to. Also, I feel like all their employees, I shouldn't say all the employees, but a lot of the employees there also need training and just basic customer service. Because I mean, the attitudes that were flying around from a lot of them were like insane. I'm not gonna say like what booth it was, but we talked. I think Jen, you were with me.
I don't know what phase of my period I'm on, but I'm about to light things on fire. I'm going to tell about their booths and how they treated people.
The booths were so insane.
They were so good last year. Like that's what I got so frustrated too by, because last year was great. You actually taught us some things. There was new rollouts. You kept everything moving. And then this year, I was like, we went from here to here. I mean, it might as well have been in Mexico.
And last year, they really didn't have a lot of booths. There wasn't a lot of brands. I thought they did their booths a disservice because they took up the entire floor with
floor.
And then I didn't even realize there was booths on the back side until we lined up for lunch. And I was like, man, I would have been pissed if I was on this back side. So, and they were just like small little cubicles. I thought they did them a disservice, but we met with several who were so rude. You know who you are. What was that, Return Pro? Was it Return Pro? I'm going to find them in Austin. I think it was Return Pro. I have a small video.
Yeah.
Jerks. I do not use Return Pro. They're jerks. They don't like their sellers. Immediately pass. AVX Returns is who you want to use. They're nice.
They were really rude. I witnessed that firsthand. They were extremely rude.
Let's just out everybody who was rude.
Like, and it was like not just like a little bit like snippy. Like I'm talking like full blown like
whoa. Very rude. Like
whoa.
But I felt like even all the sessions this year, like the learning sessions, were all the sponsors pushing their products.
Exactly.
It wasn't anything from Walmart this year. Like last year, like it was Walmart people that were like, hey, we're talking about this and this is the topic. And it was like, here's another person that I can go talk to them in their booth and they're talking to try to sell me something else. Like, why am I about to pay for any other software wares or services for Walmart right now when nothing is working on Walmart right now. Like I can't.
Oh yeah, that's that too. You can't even list products. Like
no,
so
like it's crashing.
I had somebody from the group because I had so many appointments set up, and there were a couple sessions that I did want to go to, but I couldn't go. So I had somebody from the group. I'm like, hey, can you attend this and like just let me know what it was about?
Yeah.
So one of the ones was the repricer, the Walmart repricer, and it was supposed to show you like how to set up the repricer.
Mm-hmm.
But when I went to go schedule it, I was looking at it. I'm like, this session is only 10 minutes. Like, how much can they get done in like? But okay. So she was like, hey, I really want to go because I want to learn how to use the repricer. And I'm like, okay, great. Like, let me know how it is. And like, she comes back and she's like, okay, can you show me how to use the repricer? I was like, wait, so you didn't learn anything? And she's like, no. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. Same thing with they had another one about shipping templates, like, and it was just them pushing the simplified shipping instead of actually like explaining and showing. And they did the same thing in the office hours. Like, they're like, oh, here's simplified shipping. It's like, okay, great, but why should I use it? What are the differences? And what a lot of people don't realize about that simplified shipping is that it narrows it down to the options that you can use. And it'll make you, like, for example, if it's USPS, it's going to make you choose USPS priority, which is obviously going to be more expensive than Ground Advantage. If it's UPS, it's going to make you choose 2-day select, 3-day select, which is more expensive than UPS Ground. And most people don't even realize that that's what's happening. I had somebody, they're like, man, you guys always talk about seller fulfilled shipping and like how you guys are only paying like $5. My shipping is $12. And I was like, for what? And she was like, it's just like, it was literally, this was when we could sell makeup. It was a little thing of foundation. And I'm like, I was like, how much does that weigh? Like 2 ounces? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, why are you paying $12 for shipping? And she showed me her thing. And those were the only options she had because they auto enrolled her in the simplified shipping. And I was like, okay, let's get rid of this. Like immediately.
Remember last year, the shipping guys, the merchant shipping guys at the Walmart event were so rude to us. They were, and why don't invite FedEx, UPS, Ship Station if you're going to be like, only choose us. Then why did you booth space when you are actively telling people only buy shipping from Walmart is insane to me. I feel like that's so embarrassing. Like,
why would you even want to be there?
Did you see Ship Station this year? I only saw FedEx.
Ship Station was there.
They were.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I only saw them the first day, though. I think. Okay. I don't think I saw them the second day. Yeah, they weren't far from FedEx.
Okay. I feel that like these events should really help onboard sellers to different parts of their program, like get you used. And because the time was so limited, the booth just did not make a lot of sense. The layout of the floor, like I said, you couldn't find half of them. If you are not an outgoing person, it was probably a terrible event for you because you really had to like put in the work.
Yeah.
And I just think like that's a good test of how easy it is for the attendees to meet with people, to know where they're going. And it was terrible. It was terrible.
Yeah. And the restaurants in the resort, not only Emily mentioned was their service like subpar, they were so expensive. Like I could not believe how much a meal was just to eat there. Like we went to the bar the second day, that sports bar. For literally 10 wings, they wanted almost $30. 10 wings, like I know we're in the Midwest. We're like that's like $10.
No, I am not. Like, and that is still. I said that's resort pricing, and I'm like, we're not taking out a resort. That's what frustrated me. Or they should have made it where we didn't have to waive the resort fee. Like honestly, we're not.
Which is normally what they do when you have like events and you have pre-booked rooms. Yeah.
Because in a former life, I worked in hotels. So here's what I think happened. Walmart got, because we were all paying such a high room rate and covering that, and it was a new hotel, they got those conference rooms at no cost or very, very little cost. And so their cost to have that was small compared to last year in San Francisco having to actually pay for the convention center and stuff. I'm sure they overspent their budget last year. And so I know that they're doing like rebranding and a lot of changes and stuff that they just dialed way back. even the amount of executives they had there this year. Remember, they like brought like 5 of them out and that was it. Last year, it was 20, 30 of them, and they all spoke. They all had something to say about what they oversee and what they do.
Mm-hmm.
We maybe saw 5, and they like shuffled them in and shuffled them out. Last year,
and
Doug
only one was good
and talked. This year, it was John, who like doesn't even oversee the marketplace or something. Like,
so I forget what her name was.
I got everybody's name wrong. I was talking to somebody.
Dan, you're like, I met Dan. I'm like, who's Dan? And then you sent me the picture. I'm like, that's John.
I met John. But yeah, like on the main stage, it was like, who are we talking? Who's talking?
Who are these people?
Yeah, I agree with that too. But they were all there because they were in a listening session I went to. It was like, they're here. Why didn't you put them out there talking?
Yes. Yes.
They're doing.
And like, okay, none of them, at least the ones that talked, had any personality except for the lady. I don't remember what her name was or her title, but she was the only one who was like kind of funny. She's the only one who kind of had like some personality and was like stating straight up like facts, like, okay, this is how much we did here. This is this and that. Everybody else was just like
reading
so
from
dry. And they were reading from the teleprompter, like clearly reading from the teleprompter. And it was just like, this is Emily walked out and I followed her shortly after.
And they're reading it from the teleprompter. And I'm like, that's not a funny story. Somebody wrote that story.
And then somebody said that some of the content was the same from last year that they were using.
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
I was like,
But Manish was like, oh, my kids, I have twins and they play sports. And here's what I order. I'm like, you literally told us that story last year.
Yes. Like full disclosure, I was in the general session for like 20 minutes because my ability to be bent over for longer than 20 minutes is so low. My tolerance that I had to like get up and walk around. I'm going to get blood clots. So I had to get up and get moving. I had to leave. That's not for me. That's not the life for me.
Yeah. I was like,
I just kept waiting for something good to happen because you guys, it was like I just felt like everybody was leaving and I was like, they're gonna tell us something good. You have to end this something good. And I was like, and nope, you didn't. So I'm so glad.
I could tell by like how they were shuffling people in and out and how every time somebody got on there, it was like hope fest, like, yeah, Walmart's so great. I could tell nothing was gonna come from this. I was like, all right, I gave it about another 30 minutes and I was like, okay, I'm out too. And then like everybody slowly started texting us, where are you guys? Where are you guys? And like filing out.
Yeah, done.
Yeah,
I felt so bad. Like, if you guys go into Walmart and you hear the radio station, you know who Kirby Gwen is. Like she has a very
she's voice. Awesome.
And so she was like really trying to hype everybody. And I felt so bad for her because they didn't have her. I'm pretty sure she wasn't there last year. I don't remember her being there. So. And so she was like trying to hype everybody up, but everybody just already felt like so done. Like we had already like just been disappointed that the mood was just like nobody's clapping for anything. Things that they thought were going to like get everybody to say like rah rah. I was like.
When they announced the referral fees, the discount on the referral fees, I literally laughed out loud. Like it was like almost like silent and I just started dying because I'm like, know your audience. You're like, oh, 100% off of toy referral fee, 50% off pet. You just blocked those categories. Who are you talking to? Who are you excited to deliver this news to?
I get to save zero money on $0. I can't wait. What? I can't wait.
And his face was like so excited, like he was expecting everybody to be like, yeah. And like, I was dying, literally dying. Like, this is a joke. This is a joke.
The best part of the general session for me is that Anna, who's in our community, brought us Mexican wedding cookies.
Oh, yes.
Pass those out.
We're all eating cookies. Oh my God.
Anna brought cookies. I brought Krispy Kreme. I was just passing out donuts. Like.
If you're not a part of our group, you're missing it because we're the moms who bring snacks. Well, I'm the mom who shows up and everyone's feeding me, but we keep you fed.
We just like adopted so many
donuts
people.
And Starbucks. Like
I know we adopted so many people. Like even at the seller celebration, we're like, hey, like if they're not gonna have like give us a good time, we're gonna make our own good time. And we
also did. The food at that at the seller celebration. Weird. Tater tots and
it was a tater tot bar and sliders.
I felt like I missed a lot of it, but like at the one of the seller celebration evenings inside one. Number one, everybody left. I think we all had to like go purge from the day, but they were serving like beets and beans.
Oh yeah.
It was like the weirdest combination.
The weirdest combination. Yes.
Or
yes.
even the one lunch they gave us, I'm like, there's fish? Like you're doing buffet fish?
What I will say, the buffet food was actually really good, but it was like, why fish? And brisket. I should have at least had like signs in front of the things that said like,
correct,
allergy notice, made with this or whatever. Like bare minimum.
I could have sued Walmart. I could have sued the convention center.
You want to know what the cherry on top for me is? How they touted in the session, oh, we deliver groceries in 30 minutes from our store. Kelly tried to order alcohol to the event space from Walmart, and they went to the wrong location, and they were super rude about it. Wouldn't come to my look, and it was like, how ironic. I feel like this is the perfect representation. We have a simple order delivery here. They don't go to the wrong one. They're rude. They don't deliver it. They make us reorder it while we're at a Walmart event. I was able to talk to, going back to like the platform and the issues. We talked to so many people from like private label, wholesale, and the issues that we're having in arbitrage, everybody's having similar issues. Not like, oh, you're doing arbitrage Walmart to Walmart, so this is why. No. People who have created their own product, and that's who Walmart seems to be going after, bringing over your own product. They don't like the platform either. They're having terrible issues with knockoffs, and then they go to file complaints against Chinese knockoffs that they're not disputed. They're just like removed. Everybody's having an issue with this platform. So I think across the board, there are so many different types of sellers who came. Nobody left super happy with what they said there or the current state of the platform. So I don't think if you're just watching this, like, can people resell on Walmart? Is that allowed? It's allowed. They said that to me. I asked, can you resell on Walmart? Yes, you can. You have to have receipts, documentation, real products. You can resell it. But I think the issues across the board are everybody is just so unhappy with what they've done. So if you are arbitrage and you're like, should I even be selling? Is that allowed? It is. It's just a really crappy platform right now. So
yeah. You have to pivot, and it's hard because I feel like last conference they were really pushing everybody to do WFS and like, oh, it's safer that way. We can get everything there. We can do all the things. Well, now that everybody's trying to or having to recall things that they've gated us in, guess what? We're getting back the wrong products because remember how they told Emily, like, we keep everything in separate bins by seller. So there's no co-mingling. There's no co-mixing. And throughout our podcast, we've talked about like them contacting me one time saying I sent in like 200 pairs of scissors. I'm like, I don't even sell scissors on your platform. So I don't even know whose those are. I don't want them because I don't need them on your platform. Find somebody else. But I'm getting return stuff right now because I haven't even recalled any of my stuff back. It's not for me because there's a label that they put on all their products that says who is the seller. That's not my seller number. So I'm getting random people's stuff. So when I go to recall my stuff, am I going to get it or somebody else getting it? And I know we're not the only ones. I've seen so many posts of people saying I'm getting the most random things back. It's not even my stuff. It's so unorganized. Like, this is really scary. Like, I think Diana says she's got like pallets missing there. Like, this is why I was like dragging my feet wanting to send them anything WFS in the first place. Cause I was like, if this is how I know how organized you are in a store, like I've been to, like I can only imagine the kind of training you're giving people in the warehouses when I know you don't even train your staff in your brick and mortar stores. Like they've said it. I meet so many people and they're like, yeah, we just have to learn on the job. And it depends if you have a good manager and it depends on upper team leads. And it's just, I feel so bad for anybody.
Which, by the way, they told us that the people in the warehouse, they're going fulfillment center by fulfillment center and retraining all of their staff there because there are issues with receiving inventory. So I'm sure you guys have seen it when you send inventory in and you get the email where they're like, oh, you sent 10 and you were supposed to send 20, or you sent 20 and you're supposed to send 10, or they'll be like, hey, this isn't on the shipping manifest,
Yeah.
even though obviously you added it on there. All of
Right.
that, yeah, they're getting retrained on it because it's not a you issue like they make it seem like it is. It's a them issue.
Yeah.
So I was like, great.
Yeah. It seems like they've not been able, like, as much as they wanted to launch into e-commerce and take over and compete, they have not been able to successfully like pivot from in-store purchases and the protocol for in-store in returns to third-party sellers online.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
just seems like such a fumble. And I mean, they can't even do the basics right, but they're missing so much of like the virtual, like how you can buy stuff online and in store and everything that Amazon offers. Like this
Yeah.
holistic approach to buying. They're missing so much. And yeah, it's hard to say open a Walmart account and start selling there because you're like the test subject, and
Yeah.
also
For
looking
free.
they're
Yes.
looking at you like you're doing things wrong. They're not looking like they didn't vet us well enough when they let us sell. So now they're like, okay, let's make everybody guilty and then until proven innocent.
Yeah.
So I am like, how do we tell people to get on this platform when you treat it? And I know like me saying this on social media is not like making any friendships, but it's the truth. You know, like if you have a good product, we'll tell you it's a good product. If it's not, it's not. And I'm just so disappointed in this platform over the past year. I don't know who would move their business from Amazon to Walmart. At first it was like, oh, they just don't have the data, but they have shoppers. Now they don't have, where's the data? Why is that so difficult to give to sellers? That's crazy. But now their whole system is just so effed. How do you expect this platform to grow?
Yes, I am
their
currently
hands in everything though too, like because they keep adding in this and adding that. And I'm like, you need to get one thing figured out and good before you add something else. But they just don't want to miss any pieces of money. And I feel like you're missing all the pieces. Like you could really just dominate in one thing if you get it set up correctly.
Yep.
You're not, because you're trying to spread yourselves too thin. They're bringing in all these people that used to work at Amazon to get this in, because now there's a new thing for resold. They're like, oh, if you're getting back returns that are damaged, you can list it as used. Like you can get approved to sell it.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Fantastic. So then I'm going to get, you know how many people are going to return things saying it's damaged again?
Yeah.
Like, no, thank you.
Well, and also with the used, someone was asking an executive, and I was standing there and like, how do you expect us to price in used? When price suppressions, how do you expect a receipt in used and vintage? Like you're trying to get these sellers actively, but then you are going to price suppress them if they try to upsell a card that's collectible for 300 times. That's what it's worth. Yeah. What are you doing? That doesn't make any sense. Stop trying to be eBay. Just be Walmart.
I said, I'm like,
trying to be eBay. Stop trying to be Amazon.
Macari, Poshmark. They're trying to be all of the platforms, and just you can't. You need to calm down. You're not there yet.
It was a good. I feel like Walmart was such a good run until it wasn't, and that's I think the most disappointing part was because there was so much money made on Walmart, and now it's just like, oh, now what? Like, obviously we know now what, but it's just like, man, like, and we're coming into Q4. Obviously, Amazon has more customers, but like, you could still move and do well on Walmart during Q4, especially. And it's just disappointing. And it's hard not to be negative because it's just like,
and the trust is lost. Like, you have royally screwed over businesses, like not just hundreds of thousands for
millions. It's got to be in the millions. There's too many people.
How do you ever expect to gain back that trust? I don't think you do. I think you just get new sellers because the people who went through this are like, we will never do this again with them. Broken our trust with sellers, and I don't know how you recover. Well, a lot of people can't recover financially from that, but just, I don't know how you move on with sellers after that. And like, oh, we want to have trust with sellers and whatever. You need to be building that trust, not us.
Yes.
Let us on your platform. You invited us here. And then you treat us like we're thieves.
Yes.
And you take all of our money. And then you give us this, free storage. If you can't sell it, we'll give you free storage. Oh, great. I'm saving 50 cents. Perfect.
Right. Their storage fees weren't crap to begin with. So like
it's going to cost me 30 grand to recall my product.
Yes.
Don't touch that because you want to make your money still. Like, let's talk about terrible 1% billionaires who are still making money off the back of small sellers who will lose their houses over this. This is why I only have disgust for content creators in this space trying to lube these terrible people up when they are destroying businesses. Disgusting behavior. Disgusting.
Yep. 1000%. And like I had 300, I think it was 389 or like 87 units. And I just looked, I almost cried because I haven't even received all of it back. And I've already paid $500 in shipping, in return shipping. And it's not supposed to be that. According to their return processing fees or whatever, it's not supposed to be that much. And I'm just like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing at this point? Like, and they were getting paid off of us so many times because, we go and buy the products from the store. They get our money there. Then we send our product into them. Even if you don't send it into them, if you sell it on the platform, they get our money there. They get a kickback from our shipping as well. And then also now they're getting paid by the return shipping too. Yep. And it's just like, I don't know. It just feels like.
And then they want to tell us, like, oh, we let you save your stuff here, for free.
Yeah.
That's what you're like.
Oh, you could store it. Oh, yeah, that was the other thing. They gave us, there's no peak season fees. And it's like,
who's going to sending anything? Who's sending anything into them anymore? No one.
So much wrong, though. There's so much wrong. It's not just like a simple conversation. There's so many things missing, wrong. And the dumb thing is they have that data. And you trust sellers so much, you want a good space, and then you don't give us information. So then you have these third-party sources creating products wrong, lacking information. You care about us so much. You can't even get us the freaking data accurately. Love that.
But we talked about that all at the summit. Like, we all went there with we are having issues with the performance metrics, with self-fulfill, with WFS, with return shipping settings, with now their thing is, well, we've rolled out smart AI helper. And so they're claiming if we put in our question, it's supposed to get directed to the right person.
They want to quickly close problems and cases out of their queue so it looks good on their end. And then they can go to these events and be like, oh, we, help our sellers with record time, even though the quality is basically talking to a trash can. But then they tout, like, how many times, I'm interested, our listeners, how many times have you opened a case with seller support and they've helped you the first time?
Yeah.
Or they've even gotten back to you. I have cases on Amazon or Walmart from months ago. They've never responded to. I don't get it.
Yeah. Oh, and like remember ungating, like last year and even this year, it was taking like 3 months at a time just to even get a response, not even an approval, just to get a response with like the questionnaire. Like,
to start the process. Yeah.
So now I can only imagine what the wait time is now that they went through and restricted those categories. So yeah.
Because I think almost all of us immediately opened a case and said, okay, we want to get ungated in this. What do you need from us? Let's do this.
Well, they told me that there's 50,000 open cases specifically for ungating. So they had to pull in a bunch of employees from other departments to help navigate those cases because the caseload is too much for support to go through. So they allegedly the wait time is supposed to be speeding up fairly soon. One of the WFS reps that I talked to, she was also part of that group who was getting called to go through the cases, but she's like, there's so much, I don't see how it's going to happen. Like, they didn't even know that those categories were being restricted until we started opening cases after they restricted it. And then after they restricted it and they kept getting all these cases, they were going to their uppers and they're like, what is going on? Like, is this a glitch? And then finally it was like lunchtime, they got an email that was like, oh, by the way, we gated these categories. And they're like, this is seller support.
Is primo
like, they're like, wait, what?
I can't imagine as an employee. I cannot imagine as an employee, like what they have to, that's why I said, I'm like, I feel like all the ones that are good leave because it's like they just get sick of it. You know, like I just don't understand how you can do that day after day and be told so many different things. It's just insanely confusing. That's very overwhelming, and that's just not right. And that's how we feel as sellers. And I'm sure that's how staff feels. So that I feel like they just lose it. Like they're just so out of touch. People higher up making the changes, or still the fact that we can't list seller fulfilled and WFS on the same listing. Like, why is this still confusing to you?
They said their system, they don't think that their system can handle it. That's what I was told. And I was like, okay. Also, they didn't even, every WFS person I talked to, I asked them about the whole like charging us $1 for stuff that's under 10.
Oh, yeah.
They're about half of the people I talked to didn't even know that was happening. The other half that I talked to, they knew it was happening. And then I asked them about the beta group and they're like, wait, what? And I'm like, yeah, like there's a beta group where like people received an email to be part of it tonight. And they're like, I didn't even know that was happening. These are managers, though. That was the part that was mind-blowing to me.
What's crazy is I looked it up, and like, I mean, this is probably close to accurate. Okay, Jason. Third-party sellers likely contributed $6.4 billion in revenue to Walmart in fiscal year 2024, but they don't have this system. Get a new system.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. 6.8 billion. I'm telling you, they are going to have to feel it in their wallets to do anything over there. Anything. So, and then, I mean, or my favorite thing is like when anything happens. So I told them about the scamming with returns, right? That was one of my things. And they were like, oh, people aren't scamming. The system glitches sometimes and opens multiple return cases for people. And I said, that's funny because it goes from being like no longer wanted to some like
damage,
lost after delivery. I go,
never received.
The system is just changing what the return reason is 3 times till they find a way to like to keep it. And then I said, also I've had returns where it is keep it when I have no keep it rules, like 4 different ones. I pulled up the examples. They're like, whoa, we've never seen that. I cannot be the only person that this stuff is happening to. Like,
that happened to me too with the keep it thing.
So I was like, no, thank you. Like, but I'm like, you can't blame everything on a glitch every time. Like every time something goes wrong, that's their excuse. Well, then you need to be hiring better quality engineers. You need to be bringing in a QA department that is finding your glitches. We as sellers should not be the ones that are having to test your whole
new products
and tell you when things are not working. Like we are not QA people. QA people get paid $80,000 to $100,000 a year. If you would like to pay me $80,000 to $100,000 a year to go and find all the glitches on your platform, I am happy to do that for you, but that is not my job as a seller. Like I'm here to sell, not to be putting like hours of my day in to get your platform to work properly. Like it's very frustrating. And like I said, I love everybody over at Seller Support that's helping. Like it is nothing against them. It is the people that are up there making the decisions that I have issues with.
Right.
Yeah.
It's definitely a broken system, and they see it's broken, and it is like, why aren't you investing the money to make it right?
They're not fixing it. They don't care.
They should be like a 5-second fix with their billions, but yeah, because they're not affected. They're not affected by it. We are. It's our loss.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for everybody to leave this platform, and we need to hit them where it counts, their wallets, and then they beg and grovel for sellers to come back. And it's a terrible platform for sellers anyway. So it's going to have to be a lot of improvements, a lot of incentives, but we're over the bones of like, 100% off referral fees for toys. Like, we can't even sell toys. Get for real over here. Like, you think we're so stupid? You think we're so dumb to be like, oh, yay, rah, 100% toys. Like,
yeah.
What?
Well, and wasn't there even like a little thing you also had to do $2,000 of ad spend to get it or something?
Oh yeah.
You had to spend ad money,
which Walmart Connect has been blowing me up 2 to 3 times a day since we've been back. I didn't even meet with them since we've been back from the summit. And I'm like, keep your 2,000 ad spend, please. Like,
I'm not about to give you money.
The ads suck anyways. They're not good. Like,
no, they're not.
Launching a product on Walmart, you might as well launch your product into the ocean because you're going to have more takers there than on Walmart. But that's crazy that they're telling sellers 100% off referral fees for something we just kicked you in the nads over. It seems like too soon. Too soon.
Like not even a month later. Like who approved this presentation?
The people are gonna love this. I can't wait to share this information. You know what they should have done? They should have. Okay, you roll this out, and okay, in perfect world, we had 30 to 60 days to sell through the ones that got gated. So we could have all sold as much as we could. Then anything that's coming back to us, I get you need to cover part of the shipping costs, but do like 50% off. Like I don't care that it is there for free sitting there. Like you said, it costs, that's like 10 cents. But if you're charging us $5 to $10 for each item that's coming back, like I want half off of that. You know what I mean? Like that's just, and, hey, and guess what? If it's all together in one bin, can you put it all together in one box and not send it in 17,000 boxes that don't fit? And we make custom sized boxes. For what? A whole body? Because I could literally, how many boxes we all got? Literally, we could all fit in together.
And last year, if you weren't there, they went on about we make custom sized boxes. They were so proud of that. Custom, like you, out of all the returns you've gotten from the warehouse stores, nothing custom about this situation.
No. Random.
I think the only thing they could do now to like make me a little bit happy is to release their nudes. Then I'd be like, okay,
I'll deal with it. I cannot.
Oh my gosh. Always so appropriate. We love you so much. Great. Oh man.
Okay.
You guys, you know.
And hopefully, I mean, I am hopeful that some good changes will come from this.
Yeah.
From
it's gonna have to, or they're gonna fizzle.
Yeah.
Because you know what? There are many other companies out there that are looking to expand and allow resellers. And they cannot be doing this. Like they cannot keep with the path and the trajectory that they are on and get those numbers that they're claiming they're getting anymore. Because there's going to be everybody else out there starting to allow things. So they're not the end all be all only one anymore. So if they know what's good for them.
Every year, I feel like there's a new platform that's coming out. So there's just somebody waiting to like steal your customer base. Yeah. So
sorry we didn't have better news to share, everybody. But it was a doozy of a time. We all actually had a fantastic time, I should say, but it was not because of what
Walmart.
It was because we were all together and we made a lot of memories and laughed so hard that our faces hurt and have bruises and bumps from.
I still have a blister on my foot from dancing at the summit.
I love it.
Do you?
Yes, because I danced all night in the grass without my shoes on. And I'm like, oh, memories.
Yeah. Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.